Hey, in this video, you're gonna learn how to do a kettlebell goblet squat. Super simple exercise. All you gotta do is grab a kettlebell, stand above it. Now, the goblet position is gonna be gripping the horns and keeping the elbows in. You don't want the bell way away from you, like you're trying to hold a stinky diaper. You don't wanna hold the top of the bell because it's gonna start to peel out against your hands. And you certainly don't want your elbows out because we want the lats kind of firing so we can lock in that position at the top, especially as you get to a heavier bell. So let's take a look at this movement. So, first thing is we gotta know how to do a hinge. Hinge, grab your bell at the top, keep your back nice and flat. I don't wanna round forward when I go to pick up a bell. If I'm bringing it into the position, I always wanna do it in a disciplined manner. So we're gonna snap the bell up by standing, high pulling, and then catching. This first movement is a kettlebell clean, so I would look at that video if you have not yet. Now, once I get to position, those arms snap in or elbows snap in, I'm gripping the bottom of the bell, not hands up top. Now, when we go into our squat, we're gonna take a big sniff of air. We're gonna descend in a controlled manner. When I get to the bottom, I'm gonna give it a little grunt to come up to produce more force or stability in the bottom. Hup. Now, as I get to the bottom, a few things that I wanna do. Number one is, I don't want my legs collapsing in on this, okay? If I'm looking at my base of support, you can see how now I'm applying force through the inside of my foot. It's going into more of a flattened position. I wanna be heel outside on the ridge, kind of by my pinky toe, all the way to my big toe, so I can create a nice tripod. My knees wanna stack above that, so I'm transferring as much force as I can through here and I'm not bleeding to the inside. I also don't want to do this excessive external rotation where I start to lose that toe position, but I do want to have some external rotation in the hip. All right, so let's look at this from the side view. Another big thing that happens is when people squat, they lose the stability in the bottom. So here. So when I go down, I want to go as far down as I can control my spine and my pelvis. Once I start going lower, I'll start to tuck under. That's fine if I don't have a load on me. My spine, I'm starting to break down. I want to get my spine long. I want to, once I start tucking under, drive my pelvis back, or like what we would call a slight anterior tilt if I've lost that position, and then knees open. That's gonna externally rotate the hip a little bit. So from here, up, show you a good rep, up, and a bad rep. So you notice how I just kind of lose that stability at the bottom. So only go down as far as you can control based on your mobility and your stability. So that's going to be the goblet squat. Give that a try.